Okay, so after the ketchup underneath the soda lid deal, after they were done putting the ketchup underneath the soda lid, A&W and Heinz went away from each other again, and then that was pretty much it. Heinz hated A&W, and A&W hated Heinz. So everybody's talking about their rivalry, and for the next couple of years, everybody's talking about their stupid rivalry and how bad their collaborations were. Eventually, they started reproducing mustard again. Thank God they don't have to reproduce another condiment. So they're reproducing mustard again, and everybody loves it now. All of a sudden, then they start collaborating with other different mayonnaise makers like Hellmann's, and Heinz and Hellmann's create their very own condiment mustard that says Heinz and Hellmann's. And it was the best thing ever. Everybody loved this stuff. It was like the original Hellmann's, but it was like Heinz-ified. Everybody freaking loved it. So, everybody loved it because it was such a big hit. So, all these people were talking about the awesome deal that they made with Hellmann's. And it made Heinz go even better. However, there was something going on with the factory during this portion of time. A&W was furious furious in rage with the horrible deals that they made with each other, and it was making the company go bankrupt. A&W was going bankrupt, even though they were still selling their cream soda in stores, and they were going bankrupt. So for some apparent reason, they were going bankrupt because of the horrible deals they made with Heinz. So they want their very own section in the Heinz factory. Of course, Heinz is going to say no to that because of all the horrible deals that they made. Of course, A&W was going to take no for an answer and start building their very own section into the factory. I don't know what these people think they're doing with this stuff, but so two weeks later, and this whole section's already built. It says A&W, the big A&W logo on the side of it, and we got all these people working at A&W. So Heinz people are all screwed now because A&W is basically taking over the whole factory. They're telling everybody what to do. They're telling them to not mass produce ketchup anymore, and it's all wrong. So for Heinz to get more popularity, Heinz decides to make an open house for the factory. And for 5 years, they ask kids and their parents to come in and learn about the history of ketchup, the making of condiments, and other different things and how to stay healthy. It was pretty educational. However, A&W didn't approve of it and started suing Heinz. And I don't know why they're suing these people because A&W was the one that broke into the factory and started stealing everything. So, of course, the promotion only lasted for 5 years. They wanted to do it for 10 years. However, something really bad happened. One of the kids stuck into the conveyor belt that makes the bottles. He jumped into the conveyor belt and got squished. His whole body got blown up and squished into a Heinz bottle. And when somebody got their free Heinz bottle, because it was like a celebrity or something, it was like Miley Cyrus. She goes and she gets her bottle, and it's a squished kid. It's a kid. You can see the eyeballs. You can see the eyeballs poking out of the sides of it. You can see its nose right in the front. You can see saliva, dried saliva. You can see blood all over the bottle. Miley Cyrus got infuriated by this and sued Heinz. And there was this rumor going around that Heinz was killing little kids and making them into Heinz bottles. And that made Heinz go bankrupt. It made Heinz go bankrupt. So Heinz did another promotion. And because they're bankrupt, their Heinz ketchup had lead in it. So when the ketchup goes through this little pipe to go into the bottle, it was this lead pipe. And the lead poisoning got slewed all through there. One guy reported that there was a 2-inch bar of lead inside of his ketchup bottle. It was like that thick and that long. I swear to God. And then after that, Heinz thinks it's an awesome opportunity to teach kids about lead poisoning. So for the next 5 years, they ask kids to come over with their parents so they can teach them about lead poisoning. And they even get to taste a little bit of lead poison ketchup in the end. This made Heinz lose everything. Mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup. And because they lost all of their popularity and all of their bank, then A&W had to get out of the factory since they made that extra section. Heinz couldn't afford it, so A&W had to move the heck out of there. And that's just wrong. Eventually, though, something amazing happened. Another brand in the soda industry was making a diet line. It was 7-Up. 7-Up was making this diet cherry drink. It was for diet people, and it was diet cherry flavored soda. So they heard about the bankruptcy that was going on with Heinz and decided that they would allow them to make a collaboration with them because that's what nice companies do. So they asked them to give them their best-selling condiment, and it was mayonnaise. So they collaborated and created an educational program with a little educational show, which lasted for about 5 years. It had 11 seasons and consisted of a 7-Up drink and a Heinz mayonnaise. It tells the story of their bond together. The collaboration lasted for these 6 years, and it had 11 seasons, and it was so good. It got them a ton of money, and of course, as soon as you know it, Heinz was back in the business, all thanks to the 7-Up drink. A&W got furious about this. A&W was so screwed right now because they lost their section in the Heinz factory. They lost all their money because of the horrible promotions that they made, and last of all, they weren't mass producing the cream soda anymore. They were making these horrible drinks, and so A&W is pretty much bankrupt now. And Heinz, which used to be bankrupt, made a deal with this awesome 7-Up and became a worldwide celebrity phenomenon. So with the mayonnaise and 7-Up show selling millions and millions of copies on DVDs, getting watched by millions and millions of kids on TV, and having 11 seasons before the show ended, they were making a ton of money. Both 7-Up and Heinz were making a crap ton of money. So A&W had to come over and ask them to get more promotions because they want their company back. Of course, 7-Up defends them and says that they were trying to get money because they were completely bankrupt and that they were the reasons that they were bankrupt. And they're all like, and A&W is like, well, they were the one who asked for the promotion. And he's like, no, you asked for the promotion. And of course, 7-Up wins. And so, with 7-Up in the lead, 7-Up has pretty much won this entire thing. 7-Up has gotten a lot of views on its show, and Heinz is back in the business, making a crap ton of condiments and awesome things that people love. And the show and everything that they made sold a lot, and Heinz was really making money. Everybody loved the drink. Everybody loved 7-Up, the diet cherry drink. And they sold it for 15 years. Even after the show quit, they sold it for 15 years. And same thing with the Hellmann's, with the Heinz mayonnaise. Eventually, though, something bad happened. A&W got so furious with the Heinz people and 7-Up people that they attacked both of their factories. So A&W started with attacking the 7-Up factory where they make the awesome drink. So 7-Up was busy working on its diet cherry drink, which they just started making mass production. A&W bombed their factory. A&W bombed their factory, and they went bankrupt because they didn't have anything. And so, after they bombed 7-Up, they went and bombed the Heinz factory. This factory has been up for over 200 years at this point. And so, they're basically working on its special condiments. And A&W crushes it all. Eventually, the whole company, both companies went bankrupt, and A&W became innocent. The story went on for a long time, and eventually people didn't know who the heck bombed them. See you in the next video.